Well, good morning, folks. It is a brilliantly sunny 2 days in a row now, Tuesday morning, as we are now into our third and final week of our summer getaway, our summer cruise 2021. And I come to you from the bottom side of Lock 34 here at Fenelon Falls. And that is where Boogaboo is sitting right now at the end of the blue line. We pulled in here last night, right at the end of the day. Well, the end of the day for locking anyways. So we were able to stay on the blue line overnight, which one can do if there's space, as long as it's between the hours of navigation. So the end of the day, last lockage was 6:30. We got here just before that. So we were able to stay here, and then this morning navigation starts at 9 o'clock, but by the time they get here, do their water control and lock down the first set of boats, because they drop them first before they raise them, it'd probably be between 9:30 and 10 before we're actually out of here, which is fine. Well, I'm pretty sure I've shown you this in the past, but this is what the bottom side of the lock looks like here at Fenelon Falls. We've stayed in more than once over on that line there, but it was full of small boats. We call them ice cream boats because they're generally just locals that come here for ice cream, a little bit of dinners, whatever, snacks. And so they take up all the overnight lines. Not that that's a bad thing. It's just frustrating sometimes when you get to a place like this and you hope to spend the night, and there's, you know, 4 boats or 3 boats, and what they generally do is they'll take 2 cleats, leave a cleat empty, take 2 cleats, leave a cleat empty, take 2 cleats, you know what I'm saying? So out of those 4 boats, you could easily shove them all down, you know, tighten them up, and leave room for one big boat to tie up for the day, the night, or to get ice cream. So here we are, boom, generators running. Early start this morning around 7 o'clock. Actually it was before 7, up, out, generator running by 7. Of course, there was nobody else here, so we're not going to disturb anyone, and we are good to go. Now we're just going to pull the boat up right to the top of the blue line so that we are going to be first through, because there's one spot at the top of the lock. I just walked all the way along there, and this one way up and around the corner with about 4 empty cleats, so we should be able to fit in there no problem, as long as we get there before that other person who wants to stay there gets there. So there, now I move the boat to the front of the blue line here, so that in case any other boats want to pull in here, they can get a couple more boats on the blue line if anybody else is coming up this morning. Yeah, it is a day like yesterday. Started off this morning, it was only 11 degrees Celsius, whatever that is in real temperature, and it was chilly, but now the sun's out and I'm getting warm again. Now I just want to finish off my little mini rant from yesterday when we got here, which will be the last video, when I said it was a very frustrating day on the water. Frustrating insofar as it was the Monday of a long weekend here in Ontario, and every idiot who's ever heard the term water was out here. And I'm not talking just the regular gaggle of people who've never driven a boat before, but even some boaters that you think were experienced because they were bigger boats, including those 2 people who insisted on passing us in a 10K zone. Remember the last video, 10K, it was only 10 kilometers, 6 miles an hour, which is what I was doing, coming into a very narrow passage with rocks on either side. And again, yes, I sent some words over their way. Nothing rude, just like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And I know what it is, as always. Big panic because we're just coming to the bottom of the lock. Gotta get to the lock, gotta get to lock, gotta get to lock before anybody else. It just burns me, shit like that. And as well as all the other fools that were out on the water. It was extremely frustrating. You know me, try to do things right, try to be the nice guy, try to let the other guy go ahead, and I'm almost done with that. It's so frustrating to always try to do the right thing and the better thing and offer assistance and advice, and it just seems to be a losing battle these days. Hopefully not. Maybe it's just a bad year. Maybe people have lost their minds because of COVID and are just not paying attention, but there is so much about, it's all about me right now, on the water, on the roads, everywhere. It's all about me, it's all about me. And it burns me. Because like I said, try to do the right thing, both Anchor Girl and I. Try to be that courteous person, try to open doors for others, both literally and figuratively. And anyways, I'm gonna lose the sweatshirt because now I'm getting really hot, and get on the boat. And since there's nobody around and the lock's not open and there's nobody around, I might just put the drone up in the air. It's gonna be a beautiful day. Just fired up the engines as the light was flashing here at the lock, and of course we felt the boat was woo 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 because I let a lot of water out of there. And when I walked up to the top earlier, there was a Carver Mariner on the upper blue line, so I'm gonna guess that he's coming through. If I don't see him coming through, I'll just keep an eye out for the green light up there, and that means it's our turn to go.
Line is undone at the fleet.
All right.
Just wrapped onto
Okay.
our fleet of the boat.
Yep. So Anchor Girl's got the lines ready to go. Engine's running, radio's on, GPS. Got to do the depth sounder because, you know, it can get pretty shallow in those locks. Oh, lock's opening according to Anchor Girl. So we'll get going. Not the tallest or highest lift of a conventional lock on this system. That's at 43 and at Swift Rapids, but this one is pretty impressive by itself. So why are we pulling out of Fenland Falls? I thought I said we were going to stay at the top side. Well, two reasons. First of all, as you can see, there was no room. That big carver on the end, that's the open spot that was open earlier, and as Anchor Girl just suggested, he more than likely came down from the next lock, which is Rosedale. So there's nowhere to stay. But ahead of that, we already discussed that we are going to be home a day earlier than we had expected to be, because that'll be Thursday of this week. Simply because the canvas needs to be cleaned. It is really dirty. I don't know if it's pollution, dust, grime, whatever, and it's running down the sides and it's really bad. So I gotta take it off, do a thorough wash, and of course let it dry, and then waterproof it and do that all in one day. And so Friday, if we get home Thursday, I can do that Friday because they're still showing. Right now the weather guessers are showing no rain for Friday, so I can take care of that. That weekend, the Saturday, Sunday, they're showing 50% chance of rain and clouds, so the canvas wouldn't dry well anyways. And then all of next week, and as far out as we can see, it is showing rain every day again. Oh well, there's always next year. No, I'm just kidding. We've really enjoyed our time away, and I would do another 3 weeks of this even if it rained every day. Honestly, I would. So onward and upward, we're going to head. Next is Rosedale Lock, which is only a couple miles up Cameron Lake here. We're going to go through that and then onward and see if we can get a spot at preferably the bottom side of the Kirkville lift lock. If not, we can stay at the top side, but it's generally wide open. It's kind of a remote location and not too many people spending